This is Shinobi Bench. Today I'm going to talk about something very important. Bench press. Why you should stop bouncing the bar and how to fix it. If you've been working hard on the bench press but just can't seem to get stronger, if your shoulders hurt or if your physique isn't changing much, you are not alone. One common reason behind all of that is what I'm going to talk about today, the bounce bench press. Many people don't realize they are doing it, but they end up not increasing their bench press, injuring their shoulders, or seeing no changes in their body. So in this video, I'll talk about 3 reasons why you should stop bounce bench pressing immediately and how to fix it. On this channel, I share all kinds of videos to help you get stronger at bench press. So if you're interested, please check out the channel. If you think this video might be helpful, I'd really appreciate it if you subscribed. I've been training for 4 years. I weigh 85 kilograms and my bench press max is 162.5 kilograms. I've coached over 500 people in Japan as an online bench press coach. More than 90% of those who stayed on my program for over 3 months have increased their max. Before we get into the main topic, let me explain why I decided to talk about this today. The reason is that a noticeable portion of the people I coach in Japan, about 20%, use the bounce bench technique. There's a lot of good bench press content on YouTube these days. Quality information is widely available. Still, some people are bouncing the bar, and I believe the reason is either ego lifting or simply copying what some others do. Many of them say they are using a different form just to lift heavier, or that hypertrophy doesn't matter. But to me, I've always felt like, no, it's the same thing. You should definitely stop bouncing the bar. The form for lifting heavy and the form for hypertrophy are basically the same. I had a lot of I want to say about this, so I made this video. Of course, everyone has their own reason for doing bench press. So someone wants to use bounce bench to lift heavier, that's up to them. But this is my opinion. I believe you should stop doing it. If there's any benefit to bounce bench press that I'm not aware of, please let me know in the comment. So here are the 3 reasons why you should stop bounce bench pressing. 1. Your bottom position becomes unstable. When you bounce the bar, your bench press motion becomes unstable. From the top, the bar is almost in free fall, and you can't control the descent. Since you can't control the bar, it lands a different spot each time. The bottom isn't consistent. Because the bar hits a different spot every reps, sometimes you can generate power and sometimes you can't. As a result, it becomes harder to increase the weight. This is generally what happens, but yes, there are some top level lifters who lower the bar very quickly. However, this is an exception. They've trained themselves to control the bar pass even while lowering it fast. That takes an incredible amount of skill. So first, train yourself to lower the bar in a controlled manner without dropping it. 2. You are going to injure your shoulder. As I mentioned earlier, bouncing the bar means you are letting it fall free during the descent. And then you suddenly reverse direction at the bottom, right when the bar has the most momentum and the shoulder is at the end of its range of motion. That moment of impact places massive stress on the joint. It's easy to intuitively understand that lowering the bar with control versus letting it crash onto your chest leads to very different focuses at the bottom. When people say they hurt their shoulders doing bench press, it's usually because they are bouncing the bar, not retracting their scapulae properly, or not using a solid arch. Retracting your shoulder blades and creating an arch require flexibility and take time. But stopping the bounce is just a matter of mindset. So if you want to avoid injury, stop now. And this isn't just about shoulder injuries, there's also a real risk of fracturing your sternum or ribs. This might not even need explaining, but if you drop the bar with force onto your chest, the impact alone can break bones. By the way, there is something called plyometric training, which is designed to develop explosive power, but that's a different topic. And it's not something beginners should be doing, so I won't go into it here. Feel free to look it up if you're interested. 3. It's hard to build muscle or increase strength. The bottom part of lift, especially the turnaround point, is where the most stress is placed on your pecs, triceps, and front delts. If you skip this phase by bouncing, you lose the most effective portion of the movement for both hypertrophy and strength gains. For bodybuilders, this means you are missing out on hypertrophy opportunities. For bench pressers and powerlifters, in competition, you have to pause at the bottom, so you are neglecting the most crucial part of the movement. Bounce benching may make your numbers look better on the surface, but your physique won't grow as much as the numbers suggest, and it could keep you from performing well in meets. Everyone trains for different reasons, so I don't want to say bounce benching is useless, but considering everything, I strongly believe it's dangerous and should be avoided. So how do you stop bounce benching? The most important thing is your mindset. Fixing the bounce is 90% mental. The mindset you need is to make a firm commitment to lifting with correct form and not get distracted by artificially inflated numbers. Most of you probably know bounce benching isn't ideal, but many still do it. Why? I think it mostly comes down to vanity and pride. Sorry if this sounds a little harsh, but maybe it strikes a chord. If you want to make consistent progress in your bench press, you need to let go of your ego and your unrealistic expectations. That kind of mindset just sets you up for disappointment and frustration later on. Or you'll keep taking reckless risks, not make progress, get injured, take time off, and repeat. So start by fixing your mindset. Make the decision right now. I will not bounce a bar. Now let's talk about how to practice stopping the bounce. This isn't just for bounce benchers, but in general, when fixing form, I recommend tempo bench press. Tempo bench press means lowering the bar slowly, pausing at the bottom, and pressing it up slowly. For example, lower in 3 seconds, pause for 2 seconds, then press up over 2 seconds. Also, make sure to record yourself while doing it. When it's hard, the pause at the bottom often feels way longer than it really is. You might think you held for over a second, but the video shows you barely paused at all. By recording and checking the tempo, you can train your body to match your perception with reality. Repeat this process and your timing accuracy will improve. You can use tempo bench as part of your form training or even as a warm-up. It's very effective. Also, during a 10-net-5 program, tempo bench works great at the rep transition points. It reinforces form and increases TUT, time under tension, adding more stress to the muscle, so it's a win-win. Tempo benching is the complete opposite of bounce benching. So at first, you might feel like you are lifting light weights and not getting much out of it. But once you try it, you'll realize your body screams in a different way. So as I said in the mindset section, face the weight honestly. Summary: why you should stop bounce benching. The bottom becomes unstable. You are more likely to get injured. It's harder to build muscle. It's harder to build strength. How to fix it? Make a firm decision to stop bouncing. Do tempo bench press. That's all for today. On this channel, I share a lot of content to help you get stronger at the bench press, so feel free to check it out. No pressure to subscribe right now, just finish this video, explore the channel, and if you find other helpful videos, I'd love it if you subscribed. Let's keep getting stronger on the bench press. See you next time.